Okay.
Now, I'm very worried that the Queensland government, under the Labor government, under the Bligh government, I'm very worried that they have allowed, permitted, GM seed to come into our farms. The reason why I am very worried about that is simple. When you genetically modify seed, whether it be corn, barley, wheat, whatever, that means forever and a day you are subservient to the Monsanto company or the company that owns the patent rights of those seeds. That means that the farmer cannot grow wheat or corn or barley or whatever he's been growing for centuries without going and buying and paying a royalty to Monsanto. But more than that, they have genetically modified this seed to be resistant to glyphosate, and glyphosate is a Roundup chemical. Now, glyphosate attacks the cellular formation in the tissue of the plant. But what it does, when you grow, say, wheat or soybean, and when the seeds start to come up to, say, 10 centimetres, and the weeds are coming up as well, they go and they spray to kill the weeds. They can spray to kill the weeds with the glyphosate, but the genetically modified crop is not affected by this poison. Now, two things happen. The farmer thinks this is good. The farmer thinks this is great because he's got no problem with weeds. So he gets sucked into doing this because of that reason. But the worst side effect of it is that the plant, and let's say soybean plant, that is absorbing that chemical. That is absorbing that chemical, and whether you like it or not, no matter what they tell you, you are going to be eating that chemical, whether you eat it in soya milk, whether you eat it in the bread, or whether you eat it in lollies or cakes, no matter where,
cookies,
you're going to be eating that chemical. Now, that chemical, being what it is, a very poisonous chemical, is going to react with your cell structure, your body cell reproduction in your body, just the same as it does with out there in the nature. Now, we have got an increase in breast cancer, in cervical cancer, in prostate cancer, more than ever before. And if you don't believe me, you go in and get the archives out of the 50s and see how many people went to hospital with cancers in the 50s. You will find it was nearly zero. It would be less than 3%. Now, how many people go to hospital with cancers today? It's more like 93%. So why is it that increase? It's because of these chemicals, and in particular, genetically modified food chemicals, not to mention the chemicals for the fertilizer and the other chemicals of herbicides and fungicides that they spray the crops with. And then on top of that, when it comes into our silos, when it comes into our depots, they irradiate it and give it another dose of poison for you. So at the end of the day, you might as well go out and eat cardboard, because if you're going to eat the stuff that comes out of the big stores today, it is not worth eating.